Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor. And we're going to do an NXT review for 1:30. That's right. And it's getting ready for Vengeance Day. You know, it's coming up, let me see, we got a week away, next Sunday. They start off the show, though, with a little recap, a little synopsis of, last week. And they didn't give props out like they should have, I thought, to Braun on how good he did in the Royal Rumble. I thought he was just, they made him look good. But they're going to start off, though, with the Dusty Rhodes Cup, or I guess you would say, or challenge. But it's a semifinals. Yeah, we done gone through it as now the semifinals. And let's see here. We've got Braun and Baron already in. So you're going to have, LWO going against Trick and Melo. And with, you know what you're going to get with LWO. I mean, they're just solid. They're just solid. And they can really work. I love watching. They're not doing the real high flying, which they are. But they're not, every one of their high-flying moves looks to do a little damage. It's not some of the typical, not to say anything bad, but not some of the typical luchador that you would see. I don't want to see somebody walking ropes but one time. And then I want to see the springboard or any of the moves that they're flying through the air with the greatest of ease. I want them to be effective. You want the moves to be effective. But, so in this particular match, though, Trick has gotten so much better. And, of course, Melo is great. Melo is, he don't miss. Let me see here. I was trying to see what I wrote down, man. Well, you've got Trick having the two matches coming up at Vengeance Day. So, but really, the timing was so much better. That really throws me off a lot sometimes when I watch the matches and somebody's having to wait to do a throw or wait for somebody to jump off the top rope or just several little things like that. That bugs me. I don't know why it does, but it bugs me. But of course, LWO's, their timing is absolute, and their moves coming off, you don't see guys waiting for them or anything like that. But Trick and Melo really look good in here. It's just whether they're going to be on the same page. You know what I mean? It's whether they're going to be when it comes time to face. If they do, they win this match and they're going to go up against Baron and Braun, but are they going to be on the same page? That's going to be the $1 million question. But Trick looks great, Melo looks great. They're ready to go into Vengeance Day. There was one move though. I got to give props to LWO. All right, because they got up on top of each turnbuckle and put Melo in the corner, kind of like the Shane McMahon jump from one turnbuckle to the other turnbuckle. They did it double. Now, one landed good, the other one was a glancing blow, but still, they covered the distance. So, yeah, LWO in a losing effort, might I say, but still really good. Really good. So, yeah, then after that, though, after that, Obafemi comes in. The champ comes in, the North American champ. Comes in and jumps and starts beating the crap out of LWO. Well, then Dragon Lee, he jumps in. It's his Padres. He comes in and the champ destroys them all. So I don't know if Dragon Lee's going to be up for this, but they're going to definitely have the David and the Goliath angle on that. But yeah, after that we've got Ridge Holland, Big Ridge, the brawling brutes. Not anymore though. Not anymore. They don't brawl and they're not brutes. But Ridge is in there talking to Ava. Yeah, okay. Can you say they're finding a spot for someone? I'm not a big Ava fan. Maybe she can work this out, but they're putting Lexis King. They're putting Lexis King kind of hitting on her. So yeah, that should be interesting. But well, she makes a match in this. I'm sorry, that just distracted. She is so bad. No, I mean, she's not as good as she can be. I'm going to be a little bit more positive in 2024. But she makes a match with Lexis King and Ridge Holland. A good little angle on that. He brings her a little basket of goods, and then it gets passed back, regifted. It's the regifted gig. But yeah, kind of a decent little spot though. And then you've got Tatum Paxley with her kind of weird fetish with Lyra Valkyria. And they're doing a spot with her, and then Lyra comes in and confronts her, and like, dude, what are you doing? So yeah, it's kind of a weird little thing they're doing there with Roxanne. So, and they're going to go into a match with Roxanne and Tatum, and it was kind of weird. They brought Roxanne out, and then they went to picture in picture, if I remember right, and yeah, it was just kind of strange the way they did that. Yeah, with Tatum coming out during picture in picture, and then them starting the match that way. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. I know they got to get their advertising in. I'm not naive, but kind of an odd way to start the match. And Tatum looks good in the match. I mean, she really does look good. Roxanne, you're pretty solid base, pretty solid, but yeah, they pull it off. But Tatum it goes after her, gets distracted with the champ out on the stick, so she's at the commentary desk on the microphone, and and Tatum goes out there is talking with her and Roxanne. Of course, that's your angle, folks. That is your angle, and and Roxanne takes the match, and then of course, after that, Tatum jumps Roxanne, but Lyra, the champ, saves her. Kind of setting a little well, I guess it's segueing it to where it can go on or keep going on, whether we want it to or not. Yeah, and then of course they've got to do a promo to get another match. Get a little match in later with well, they've got is it Ren Sinclair, but Ren is talking with Ariana Grace, and with her pageant self. And you know what? She's kind of pulling that pageant angle off. It's not like it's a favorite or anything I like. It's just they gave her a role, or they told her what they wanted, and man, she's pulling it out. I mean, she does pretty good with it. So, and her facial expressions are really good. So, I can see later on down the road her being able to do some really good matches. Just needs more time in the ring. But they build the angle with Valen that Ariana's trying to talk to Ren and give her some advice, but of course it's the wrong advice. And Valen comes in and tells her to quit giving her a load of crap, and I think there's a slap in there, and then bam, you know what? We've got a match. So not so bad, I guess, but they're going to go into a good match. Not a great match. Not by no means a great match, but a good match. With Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice, the breakout tournament winner. She's walking around with that contract there. I guess it's the version of Money in the Bank, I'm guessing. Kind of just not as cool. You don't have a brief. She's got it in like a little bifolder thing there, so can't do any damage like you can with the briefcase. But yeah, they come out and they just start street fighting. They just start, Saturday night's all right for fighting with them, I guess you. But yeah, they come out just kind of throwing hands. But their timing is like it's one beat off. It's they're playing at 3/4 time. Just they're not quite there. Now I think in this match, Miss Vice looked better. And she's got, I guess, the MMA background. I mean, her kicks were crisp. She did a couple of on-spot turnarounds, so really good on that. Now, don't get me wrong, Miss Lopez was killing it too. It's just she's not as much of a kicker. She's a striker and get you on the mat kind of lady. But the one weird thing is they got out on the floor at one time, and I guess they messed up a move. And so you're on the floor, you're expecting some really cool bad to the bone moves, and I think it was Lola, I'm pretty sure Lola applied a headlock. I've never seen any, and it wasn't like she was going to ram her head into the pole, to the turnbuckle, or she just got her in a headlock. I don't know. It just looked a little odd. But then they kind of bring one of the highlights of the night up. Dijak's trying to do a cool little promo in a dark room, kind of with this cassette player. I wonder how many people Googled what is this, or something like that. What is a cassette player, or whatever. But so he's doing his little spot, and who do we have that shows up? Who would be a wedding crasher per se? Well, that'd be Joe Gacy. I tried, but yeah, Joe Gacy shows up, and they start a kind of an ongoing fight that they can use all during the show. And so they go back and forth at each other for, a couple good jabs at each other. And then Dijak says something about where he slammed him through a table, which he was wondering if he had gotten all the splinters out of his behind. And so they go back and forth, but then you know what's got to happen. It's like a contract signing. You know what's going to happen. There's going to be a throwing of hands. And they did not let us down because they threw down, and they threw down all through town. So they literally started off to where they're fighting into the building. And then, of course, they're fighting so long, they've got to go on to regularly scheduled programming. But that's when they go into the Ridge Holland Lexis King match. And Ridge, I thought they were going to come out and do some kind of version with Goldberg or something with him, the way he looked when he first got to NXT, hurting everybody. But they've crashed that down. The match itself, okay, I'm not going to complain too much on that, but he wants the Gallus. He wants the Gallus brothers there. So, he asked for a match with all of them. And Lexis King just happened to come in, so that's how that match started. But, man, hasn't Lexis King really just taken on that heel persona and really ran with it? The way in this match, just what even with the promo, going back to the promo, giving her the basket and the whole deal, and that's the only way that promo looked halfway is because of him. Ridge it was kind of stiff in it, but and it's kind of the way the match is. You can see he kind of wrestles that way. But Lexis King did the Gorgeous George or Adrian Street kind of hip hop on the outside of the ring at one time. Even when he got hit, he looked like a smart butt. I didn't want to say it. I didn't say it, but he did. Even it was one point in time he was sitting on the apron, on the outside of the ropes where he got hit, and just the way he laid, it was like, is he getting ready to not sell that punch? But no, he sold it. It's just he looks like he's about to be a smart aleck. So yeah, I think he's taken Lexis King. He is no longer Pillman Jr. He is definitely taking it on and taking the Lexis King. But anyway, the match, he gets in there and he goes after like a veteran would old days. He picks and targets a body part, which is the knee. And he goes after the knee, and he continues on. But, he wanted the Gallus brothers, so he ended up getting the Gallus brothers. So I believe it was Mark Coffey that ran out originally, and then that distracts and it allows Ridge to get hit, and then that allows Mr. King to be the beneficiary of that, set him up with a good move, and then win the match. So yeah, you think it's about done there, but no, sir. You got Gallus brothers coming out there, and they want to throw down a little bit more, and they do. They do the old let's put his foot through the chair and then hit it with another chair and make a loud sound, and he's going to holler, and it's going to really sound good, and he's going to flip and flop like a fish out of water, and everything's going to be cool, and then they'll go to a commercial. Kind of what they did. Because, Ridge Holland, he has no friends. He's a man that walks alone. He walks through the desert by himself. Ridge Holland. But all right, let's see what we got here. Well, we go on in with some promos, because you got Mello and Trick creating that angle. They're building a foundation. So about Dragunov not being trustworthy. So they do a kind of good little spot there. And then you've got the end of Chase University. I know, folks. It's sad. It's a sad day. But with the economics in this country and the way everything's being going right now, it's bad. I'm sorry. Let's talk about wrestling. But yeah, they've got Duke and Andre Chase and Riley Osborne out there, doing a little promo there, and it's a tribute deal. It is what it is. It's a tribute deal, and I gotta say, Andre Chase's hair. I know they weren't trying to make it look that there. They're trying to make it look disheveled, make it look a little messed up, but he kind of looked like a toupee. It really did. They made it look like his natural hair looked like a toupee. But yeah, he was very grateful, and they put together a video, and the teachable moment, and then of course all of his berating. We'll say it that way. We'll just say berating. It's about over, and then that was bad. But we have no money for sound effects. So you have Jane, the rock star. She comes out with Thea, the new version of Thea. The same old version, they just put her in a dress. But anyway, they come out, and JC drops some knowledge. She told us what was up. What she did is she said, I figured out a way to make some money. And what we're going to do, we're going to put all the girls on a calendar. And we got 10 girls back there, and you've got Thea and Jane. That's 12 months, folks. So what a great way to introduce. I'm sure they're getting some kickback on that. That's got to be in their promotional package. So, but what a great way. Nobody ever gets to really, to debut like a shirt. You come out with it. You walk down the ramp with it on, and that's your way of promoting your stuff. But he did a great job, introducing a new product that's going to be in their, in their merchandise. So, good merch move. Let's see. We got Tony T and Stax and Adriana, Rizzo, and they give her a little push, a little love there, because they're going up against OTM with Jada Parker. So they drop a little knowledge on that, and then we go from there actually to Mr. Jensen trying to come back and see Valen, just kind of chop it up with her and chill, and Valen's kind of busy. She's got a match coming up and kind of blows him off, and he is ending up being the last puppy of the litter to be picked. So that's the kind of angle with that. So I don't know, maybe they're going to turn him total heel and have him just go kick everybody's butt. I don't know. And then they're doing another little chase you, kind of like a congratulations, and Alexis King comes over and tries to hit on the ladies. So very Brian Pillman-ish. It's he just a good follow up. I like the follow up there with him. And then you got Valen with Ren St. Clair coming out to fight Ariana Grace. And I gotta say, excuse me. Normally during the picture-in-picture, it's really dull. A lot of people like hit somebody and then they walk around and like, hey, yo, hey. But in this one, it was kind of good during picture-in-picture, so not so bad. But then, it's just that Ariana just needs some time in the ring to get that rust off. So we'll see how that goes. But she stays on her gimmick. She does a great job there. So, but they're going to have to give Valen. Valen's getting the push right now. So she gets the win. But, not so bad. Not so bad on the match that they had. I'm sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. They did the interview and then they had a match. And it ended up being pretty good. Just ended there. Man, I tell you what, have you ever made notes and then you go back and you have a really bad time reading your own writing? Penmanship, folks. Teach your kids penmanship, because they taught me. I just forgot it. I'm old. Lash gets involved in this match, and Ariana Grace gets the win over Valen. Is actually what happened. I apologize. But Valen is good in the ring, but the Ariana Grace is definitely the one that needs a little more ring rust or a little more work in the ring. But I see with this angle, though, it takes the pressure off her. Lash comes in, kicks her, and that's how she wins. So, I kind of like the writing on that. But then they've got, Out the Mud, OTM, and Jada Parker. And they're kicking it up in the hood. They're cutting it up. And, it's a little promo, though, due on this match. And it's actually not that bad. Not that bad of a promo. So, and Reggie, or Scripps, or whatever you want to call him, not too bad in here. Jada Parker does really good. So kudos to her. And then they've got Metaphor getting ready to come out for the Heritage Cup, right? And there's another version of Gacy and Dijak. They come fighting through the building. So it's an ongoing saga with Gacy and Dijak here. And they start fighting, and then, they've been going all night. So now they're on top of a 48-foot trailer, like a trailer you'd see on the highway, behind an 18-wheeler. And they've got a dumpster in front of it, like a big commercial dumpster. And he does the dive after Dijak kicks him. He does the dive down into that. And they got the sound effects where it sounds like nothing was in the container. So it's like he hit the metal bottom. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not as good as probably, it wasn't Mick Foley-ish, but it was, Mick Foley would probably say he approved. So it does, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good little spot. And then they've got a quick little promo with Baron and Braun, and they declare, and they give a little kudos to him, or, little props, give him his flowers for the Royal Rumble appearance and everything. But they declare that they are the Wolf Dogs. But a good little promo. I like the chemistry between those two. I kind of wish it's so oddball that it kind of works. But they have the Heritage Cup match after that with Noam Dar and Von Wagner with Mr. Stone. And they've got his kids out there. Mr. Stone's kids, his two kids. They've got the little man bun in the back of their hair, just like Mr. Stone. In the match, all right, let's just be honest. I could go through here, but the match wasn't that good. Von didn't look that great. Noam did. Noam actually did. He chopped him down and did, what he could. They let him throw Noam around, and he went after his leg. So he ends up winning two falls and wins the match. But I was really a little disappointed that they didn't do something better with this with Von. Even if they were going to have him lose, they could have written this a lot better. And maybe they did, and it wasn't, it's kind of like a game plan. You can plan it, but the players go out there and do it. So I don't know if that was it or what. It just wasn't. It was a weak finish. And then afterwards, though, they go up, Noam and Mensa go up and get in the kid's face with the trophy. And, of course, Von Wagner comes over and beats the lights out of both of them. So, and Ava, they have another spot with Ava because Dijak wants a no DQ match with Gacy, and she's saying she doesn't even know if he's capable, if he's physically able. And old Gacy pops up and out of the dumpster, and he goes, "Sounds like a good idea." So that's a match upcoming. Then they're going to go at the end here. They have Dijak. They have Dragunov and Trick doing their little deal. I kind of like the angle. I kind of like the writing on it. It was okay. Trick did good on the stick. Dragunov is very good on the stick. Just kind of weird the way they do it, because they got to bring Mello up into this, and they do. And but then, you've got Braun and Baron. They jump Mello, or jump Trick, and Mello's got to come back out there and save the day. But then you think he's going to get the spotlight. But no. It goes back to Trick and Dragunov. And Mello's standing behind him going, angles. There's all kind of angles. But, so that's pretty much how the show ends. The whole show, let's see. Couple good spots in there. So, I think the NXT guys and gals did good, represented good when they went in the Royal Rumble. So, that was kind of good. So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes next week, folks. But we'll just close her on up here, guys. This is Memphis Mark, and if you can, get out and help at a rescue, any shelter you can, and spay and neuter. And, of course, this is the Memphis Mark, and I am around. I'm bouncing around, but I am now out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.